Why is the race so close in your estimation? I know the incumbency is a huge advantage for the Democratic Party, but why do you think it's still neck and neck?
Oh, I think that we live in uncertain times and contentious times, and everybody recognizes that we need a president of the United States that loves America, and they're truly debating that. I think a lot of it has been media spinning of record, people's records and what they've done in the past. So we need the American people to focus now on what really happens if Kamala Harris gets into the White House. How does their life change? What happens if President Trump comes back? What will he do? And can we trust him? Because he actually did what he said he was going to do last time. We know that he's someone we can put our trust in. Kamala Harris, she's learning how to be a brand new person these last several weeks, something very different than how she's lived her life. So we need to hold them accountable to that, to make sure that we're getting the true picture of who they are and what they'll do if they're giving this kind of power.
Can you give me some perspective on what a second Trump administration would look like? Because obviously it was rough going early on in terms of getting folks into government, and I think after 4 years, give me a sense of what you think will happen in a second term.
I think he'll go back and immediately start cutting regulations and taxes, letting people have more freedom and money in their pockets. I think he'll be more aggressive this time around. I think that he will make sure that happens as soon as he possibly can, but the number one priority has to be securing our border. It just has to be securing our border because of who's coming into this country that hates America. Known terrorists are coming in that are listed on the terrorist watch list, and he recognizes that if we don't have a border, we don't have a country at all.
Are you seeing some of this impact in South Dakota?
We do. We have 9 Native American tribes that are somewhere I don't have the jurisdiction to go as governor. So the cartels and their affiliates have set up in South Dakota and are dealing drugs and trafficking individuals through those tribal reservations. So people talk about it being a mess down on the border. The cartels have been smart enough to come into the interior of the country where they're protected, because the only person on a reservation that can withhold or uphold law and order is the tribal council and chairman or the Department of Justice. And Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are doing nothing to make those communities safe. And the cartels have found a home here. So, yeah, they're using that opportunity to infiltrate our country, and it's going to be a challenge. The next president's going to have to deal with that right away. Those individuals that are dangerous need to be removed from the United States of America.
There's a lot of people who don't watch news every single day, so they aren't attuned to all these different wedge issues. How do you address this in a manner that isn't as divisive? Because a lot of people are kind of just turned off by the way this whole process is.
You mean turned off by the politics in general? I hope the American people that are watching TV tonight will get past the show, get past the personality contest and how the questions are asked and how somebody tilted their head, and instead they'll really think that this person has the power to determine what my kids' future looks like, what my grandkids' future looks like. And they're the leader of the free world. So world stability depends on who that person is. Leadership has consequences. And I'm hoping that we've become wise enough and discerning enough as a public that we're willing to ask ourselves those questions while we're watching this hour-and-a-half debate tonight.
Would you like to have a role in a potential Trump administration?
Oh, I'm going to help him win. I'm going to help him win, and we'll handle stuff later like that. But
Governor, thank you so much.
You bet.